Please welcome Ronald Sharpe.
Thank you. Honored guests, and by honored guests, I mean all of you. Each one of you, no matter where you're from, chose to be here today and to give respect to our differences and to build on our strengths. I thank the specific individuals I know and the new individuals that I'm getting to know, who utilized their voices, weighed in, and completed the task of what we see today in our lifetime. I'd like to thank also the specific individuals that we see who also are elected officials, who sought and have the additional responsibility to listen. Thank you for listening. Much respect to everyone who sought positive change and made today's celebration of Emancipation Day possible in New Brunswick, Canada today. But I would be amiss if I did not acknowledge that when we speak of Emancipation Day, that not everyone holds the same view. Some people have mixed emotions about this day in present and in the past. In 2022, I realize that many do not understand, and in fact, many may not want to, that Canada had a part to play in supporting the creation of a different worldview that was shaped around the definition of people linked to their skin. Canada's role in the Atlantic slave trade should not be defined as limited, only overshadowed by the US. Many Canadians likely learned in grade school, and we heard from Naomi about the Underground Railroad and the refuge that American slaves took went up north, which we know today as Canada. But what is likely not known is that that same Canada, portrayed as the land of freedom for enslaved black people, was also had black people of African descent running back to the United States in some of the regions because of the atrocities they felt here. So irrespective of your knowledge of history, we must acknowledge that it took some time for us to acknowledge Emancipation Day as part of our history in Canada. So, it is still troublesome for many people to reconcile that in our present day, there are still resistance to black people having the freedom to obtain higher than poverty, the freedom to walk and drive without harassment, and the freedom to have our rich history and our present day truths told beyond slavery in the education system. So, to me, Emancipation Day is about deliverance from false constructs. And that deliverance came from people who wanted to make a difference. Back in the past, we had the black historical architects of change back in 1834 and their allies, and they also predated 1834. And we also have those that I get the chance to stand with, and those that are out there right now who took up the mantle, and I thank you all. So I had twofold is my message today. One is to thank those of the past who continue to take back and bring back our dignity, and to the allies beside them that didn't believe the lie. but also be vigilant, because there are those who exercise power, who still believe in the hierarchies of race and the benefactors of that lie, and they will continue to try to take back that dignity away. So I leave you with this. No matter what you're feeling, and I hope you're feeling good, you respect history by being here today. But let us not forget that we must still respect, and the reminder of our history with Emancipation Day, that we also have the liberty to do right, and to do right when we see injustice. It is a rallying cry that I speak to the enormous work that still needs to be done, to the enormous work in the mentality of enslaving that is still within the constructs of our institutions. It is still in the acts and regulations, and it is still partially part of our country. So continue to represent and do right. I want you to keep moving, doing better than you did yesterday, as you celebrate Emancipation Day this year and moving forward. Thank you.